Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another amazing episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the Monarch of Mardi Gras, the Baroness of Burgundy. When she's not coached in Ringside Society, she goes on crazy misadventures, such as picking fights with random people while dressed up with Water Road Warriors, looking for the fabled Cobra Kai Dojo, and trying to haggle the good folks at Cafe Du Monde for a buy one get one free, where she wants to get and she tries to get both free. Louisiana's own Kathy Knights. And the second corner we have that Ocean Crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass catching, always positive, life is great, repping 592, living in the 718, no cap, straight facts, the worldwide starboy, Remy Blue. And our special guest tonight, joining us for this episode, where we're going to give our predictions for the AEW Full Gear card, which is tomorrow. First off, we have from the Great White North. That's right. He's actually a talented artist. Man, I'm actually looking forward to when his book releases. One of our special guests is none other than Blue Fox. And our second special guest joining us is a man who's actually been on here before, but he's back again from the west side, the best side, Heel Maggle.
Always repping the land, though. How's it going?
Good, pretty good. How's everything with y'all?
Yeah, it's great. Just watching SmackDown right now, actually, because we forgot about it. Well, it's 8 on our times. We have no other way of watching it before officially, but so we're just now watching.
Trust me, I know how it is. That's the good thing about on the west side. That when I was stationed in California, I got accustomed to seeing the pay-per-views earlier.
Yeah.
So by the time it would be like average pay-per-view is 3 hours. So by the time, like, let's say 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, it's done. Okay, you still got the rest of the night. What am I gonna do? So that's the beauty of California. So go ahead.
No, I was just saying it right now. I've got the apps on Roku TV allow you to watch the East Coast feed, so I can watch SmackDown at 5 p.m. if I remember to watch it. Yeah. You can get around your YouTube TV subscription, like blackout. There's a secret for folks, so you can get around that.
Awesome. Blue Fox, how's everything over there in the great state of the great country of Canada, man?
Oh, it's all going pretty good. We've got a lot of snow now, so it's getting cold.
Oh man, I tell you, when I go to Canada, when I was in Toronto before, when I get there again, the first thing I do is whenever I land at Toronto International Airport, I'm gonna find the nearest diner, and I want a nice big stack of pancakes with some fresh maple syrup, Canadian bacon on the side, man. And I know y'all got it too, and I'm looking forward to that. So with that, so we have tomorrow. We have the AEW pay-per-view called Full Gear, and it's looking hella impressive. How do y'all feel about this card?
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good card. It looks like it's going to be a long one again, but Tony Khan is claiming that it's not. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he really needs to stop. I don't know what gets into this guy's mind. Tony's gonna do what Tony wants to do, but geez, man, like there's such thing as less is more, and sometimes more is less. But
yeah. I mean, but he's got the roster. He's like, the roster is huge. He's got to put them all on the pay-per-view. It's like he can't, or else people be saying, why aren't you using FTR? Why aren't you using whoever? So yeah, he's stuck in a hard place, rocking a hard place either way. He's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't.
That's a point. Well, that's a point well made. Blue Fox, how about you? You're kind of silent.
I'm liking the card. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. And Kathy, how about you?
Should be a good one. Unfortunately, I won't be here to watch it live. Tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm going to Texas for a wrestling show.
Hey,
Stop,
happy birthday.
Kathy. Stop
Thank
lying.
you.
You're gonna go to Houston, Texas, to instigate a bar brawl, and then you're gonna act all innocent like I don't know what happened. Come on, Kathy.
Okay.
Happy birthday in advance, anyways. Happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
I hope you enjoyed. So be safe in Texas. On the way there, going to and from. I know that over there they're wild and so on. And Sandra actually wished you a happy birthday too. Hey Sandra, how you doing?
Thank
Wish you could have
you.
been here. We gotta get the two of y'all. We got Heel Mago. We gotta get you and Sandra on here for a couple's prediction show, man. Valentine's Day is coming up. We gotta get y'all. It's gonna be.
Okay.
Well, it's not coming up, but it's next February. But we gotta get y'all on here.
If she's up to doing it, I'm
Sandra,
down.
Sandra, don't act shy. You know you've been on this show before. Don't act shy now. Come on, y'all gotta get going. Anyways, without further ado, here's the card. 12 matches. I'm gonna go down each match, and then we're actually gonna go ahead and I'm actually gonna go around, and ask each of y'all who y'all think is gonna win, gonna lose, what other outcome might happen. For those of y'all that are actually watching us from the comfort of your homes or wherever you are, feel free to leave your picks in the comment in the comment section below, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or Twitch, not Instagram, YouTube. Feel free to leave your comments, and we'll definitely highlight them and whatnot. So without further ado, here's the card. The first match we have, this is a big one. It's a 10-man tag team match. And we have the Best Friends, which is the team of Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, and, of course, Trent Beretta's old tag team partner in Roppongi Vice, Rocky Romero. And from what I see here, a very mysterious, very evil partner.
Can't figure out who it's going to be. It's the biggest mystery in all of wrestling.
They're going to be facing the Factory, which is a team of QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, Lee Johnson, Nick Camarado, and Cole Carter. This is going to be pretty interesting. Kathy, who you got for this one?
Yeah, it's a freshly squeezed match. It just came out on Rampage like a few minutes ago. I'm gonna go with best friends.
Okay. Blue Fox, who you got?
I'm going with the Best Friends. To me, it's just pretty obvious that they're winning.
Okay. Heel Mago, who you got?
I think I would agree with both of them. It's like, considering I have forgotten who their opponents are, I think they're the ones.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Best Friends for this, but although I wouldn't put it past the Factory because
the Factory. I'm sorry. Yes.
Are you going with the Factory?
No, absolutely not. I remembered that's Okay.
Don't get it twisted. The Factory. When I think of the Factory, the actual Factory, which is the training area, they actually put in great work there. They have their student showcase. They have their student showcases available online on YouTube, and I've been thoroughly impressed with each one. And
but it's the Best Friends.
Yeah.
It's the last remaining thing of Shikara, and that is precious to a lot of people. They're gonna make them look good. They're doing the ant farm, the ant colony in their trios matches all the time. Like it's just Chikara. And that's like, for a lot of people, that's a big deal. Like, to have something left of Chikara. So yeah, it's just a showcase match for them. I think they're definitely going over.
Yeah. That's why I haven't heard that name in that name in a while. Chikara, man. I miss them, man. I'm not gonna say how they left, how they end up shutting down, but
it was good stuff when it was going. It was good stuff. It was unique. It had its own flair. There was nothing like Chikara. yeah, the circumstances around it closing really really suck for a lot of reasons, but yeah, it was one of those unique. There's nothing like it. If you can find matches online, go do it. They're amazing. It's comedic wrestling at its best. It's uh, skilled technical wrestling actually also at its best. And forgive my camera, I have no idea what's happening. I might just turn off my virtual background. That might be what's doing. But yeah, Shikara is unique, and the fact that those three guys are still around to show off the uniqueness of Shikara and the uniqueness of that style is awesome and valuable for the industry, because that style is good and needs to be displayed. And so yeah, continue doing the ant colony stuff. And I'm blanking on the actual name of stuff, but they were all the three ants from the ant colony. So, but yeah, I think it's really just a showcase for them to go over, because they've been doing great stuff in the ring, and to have Danhausen come back, obviously. I forget, was he a Shikara guy? I can't remember.
Danhausen, I think Danhausen, Danhausen was a Florida guy.
Okay.
He was from Florida, and yeah, he got big over there.
Right. And then went to Ring of Honor eventually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but yeah, it's gonna be an interesting match. Either way, I look forward to seeing QT Marshall getting cursed.
Yeah, you know that's gonna happen. Yeah.
Danhausen, you know, but
yeah, you know that's gonna happen for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let me turn off my virtual background here.
I thought you were trying to go for the 80s pro wrestler thing where you'd have like the person interview, and then they have the thing in the background, like you had Bret Hart, and you had Bret Hart thing in the background. I mean, I was about to say, man, hey, take it back. So the next one we have is the next match we have is the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament semifinals. It seems to me like every single month there's one of these tournaments. Like, man, the novelty's wearing off. But
say that to New Japan. They're built on tournaments.
Yeah, but
like, I don't. If it's booked right, okay. Like a tournament's not necessarily a bad thing. Like New Japan is displayed of that. They just have to do it right. I don't think they need to build it a little bit better, I think. They've been focused on a lot of other things. I can't blame them for dropping the ball on this one thing. So.
Oh yeah. So what we have here, the eliminated tournaments. We have the last. Actually, it's the semifinals. I thought it was the finals. Okay, so we have Brian Cage versus Ricky Starks. Kathy, who you going for? Who you going for? Who you going for? I already know who you're gonna pick, but go ahead, Kathy. I know you're gonna pick. I know it.
That's a tough one because I like both of them. I guess I'll go with Ricky Starks.
I should have bet a Chick-fil-A sandwich on that. I would have won.
Gotta go with the same state guy, Gotta represent.
You see, that's exactly what I was talking about. Hey, go ahead, man. Hey, represent. Blue Fox, who you going with, man?
Ricky Starks. It's one he has to win because the way they've been building him recently, like they're definitely building towards that he's probably going to win the tournament. So he's got to win this one.
Awesome. Heel Magna, who you going with?
I agree. I agree again. Like Ricky's just got that momentum right now, and the thing with Powerhouse Hobbs was amazing. That the whole way they broke that up, that was great. They needed to keep it going, keep it fresh somehow. Just okay, let's try this. But I think, yeah, I agree. I think he's going over. So.
Man, speaking of Hobbs, I could tell you, man. There's a guy called Damian Grundy, who was Powerhouse Hobbs' former tag team partner. I don't know if they're still together. The former UWN tag team champions. Those guys, he's just as huge, if not bigger, than Hobbs. If he ever goes AEW, those titles are gone. They remind me of I don't know how long y'all been watching wrestling. Kathy and I've been watching for a hot minute. But when you see those two guys, they'll remind you of Doom, Butch Reed and Ron Simmons. Huge guys. If they ever sign Damien, it's a wrap. And our one of our constant guests actually joins. Well, constant viewers actually just gave his opinion. Bobby Striker, how you doing, my man? He just said Brian Cage. He thinks Brian Cage is too big for Ricky Starks. I obviously he's the bigger guy, but I mean, hey, you never know. We've seen bigger upsets before. But I'm gonna go with Ricky Starks. I think this is Ricky's time, and he's gonna take it. And let's hopefully it all ends well for him as well too. So the next match we have is a three-way match for the AEW TNT Championship. We have the defending champion Wardlow defending against. Well, he's going to go up against his former short-lived tag team partner Samoa Joe, in Wardlow, and of course the guy we just talked about, Powerhouse Hobbs. Kathy, who you going with?
So this one's going to be smash mouth, hard hitting. It's going to be crazy. But I think Wardlow's going to retain.
Okay. All right. Blue Fox, who you going with?
Well, first, I just want to say that this is just going to be a big, beefy boy match.
Oh, man. Too bad Rob would have loved that, man. Rob likes to say two big men bumping meat, but go ahead, man. Big beefy boy match.
As much as I would like to think that Wardlow's probably going to retain, I'm actually going with Hobbs for this one because I think it's his time to finally win a championship because they've really been building him up as well and show him what he can do. I think it's his time to finally win a championship. Like, he's not going to win the world championship yet, but this is a good leverage for him right now to win the TNT title.
All right. Okay. Hugh Magma, who you got?
I agree with Blue Fox. I actually was like, it would be great if they put the strap on Hobbs. Wardlow has been, he's a little bit meh. And I hate to say that as a fellow Clevelander, but it's Wardlow's just that title run hasn't been much, so let him drop it. Let's restart. Let's rework Wardlow and put the strap on Hobbs. I think Hobbs would actually do a lot with that belt. Yeah. Unless they're saying let's put double strap on Samoa Joe, which is that'd be cool. But I think it's less likely than putting it on Hobbs.
Yeah. And Bobby Striker is saying it's probably gonna go with Powerhouse Hobbs. It's gonna be up. Okay, all right. Honestly speaking, though, I think Hobbs is gonna take it. I think it's time for Hobbs to get it. But at the same time, it's a matter of like, I don't know. Even if he gets it, like, is he gonna be that impressive? Like, because you could have a title reign and you could still be like, blah, like, okay, like Jinder Mahal. Like, okay, he's go ahead.
Like the current champion. No, sorry.
Who? Oh, Wardlow. Yeah, but you did mention Samoa Joe. I'm all for it. I mean, if they put both titles on Samoa Joe, great, because Joe knows how to talk on the mic and he knows how to put on a show. And I think I don't know what WWE did with him to make them not put that title on him, but hey, it's their loss.
Big missed opportunity for them. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind Samoa Joe getting that too. I mean, I've never had a problem with him being a champion with at any time. Always a great guy. Always great to watch him. But
Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns would have been something.
It happened.
Like, but for the titles, I mean, like for
Woo!
if Samoa Joe had one title, and Roman had the other back. Then like they were aiming for at some. It was like they were going for that at some point, and I don't know what happened, but like yeah, and I forgot they did do that for a little bit.
I'll,
Yeah, I
I'll,
forgot they did match. Yeah.
I'll never forget when Roman said, Samoa Joe, you were always the one known. It says something like, you were always the one that was known in the tribe as just Joe. And I was like, he did not go there. They had that. I gotta find it on YouTube, man. It was hilarious. They did meet up though at one point, but it'd be interesting to see how things would be now with this new version of Roman and so on.
Yeah.
So the next match that we have on tap is going to be a 6-man tag team match for the AEW World Trios Championship. They need to develop more trios championships. And from what I heard, AR Fox has been offered a contract. Hopefully he takes it because that team of him and Top Flight was very interesting. And I could see them doing more things and getting better as time progresses if they stick together. But we got the defending champions, Death Triangle, which is a team of Pac, Penta El Cero Miedo, and Rey Fenix versus and of course accompanied by Alex Abrahantes, going up against the Elite, which is the team of Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. Kathy, who are you going with?
So I picked the Elite. They're making a comeback. Yeah, they got punished and everything, stuff like that. But Death Triangle, I think, has had the titles for long enough, and everybody's gonna cheer that the Elite's back, and I think they're gonna win.
Okay, Blue Fox, who you got?
I agree with Kathy. I'm going with the Elite for this one. Like it's understandable that they had to get punished for what happened after All Out and get stripped of the titles. And so I think this is a good redemption for them to, get the titles back and then get them a good run. So I'm going with the Elite.
Okay. Heel Maggle, who are you going with?
Man, this is not easy. How would it look if after all of this, okay, maybe they want people to think that the Elite had nothing to do with this. Yeah, I'm sorry, I have to bring up CM Punk. Nothing to CM Punk fight. And so they're gonna put the belts on him as sort of like a christening, like saying they're okay, nothing wrong, they're back on top. Or do they want to not look like the Elite are the NWO and just putting the belts back on themselves because they're the VPs? So I don't know what angle I don't know how they want this to look, so I don't know if they want to give a clean bill of health to the Elite by putting the belts back on them, or do they want to avoid the NWO, we're the VPs, we put the straps on ourselves kind of thing? Do they want to avoid that? I don't know. I would be leaning towards them just keeping the belts on the Lucha Bros and the Death Triangle, just because it's easier politically backstage. And I'm not talking kayfabe at all in this situation. This is all pure business right here on this match. They know people are going to be watching. The Elite's going to be back. This is all political business on its face. There's no kayfabe here. They didn't even make a promo as to why they're back. They just, the Elite are back in the match. So it's, I don't know. I would say, actually, I'm going to say Death Triangle wins.
Okay. I'm going to say this. I'm going to go with the Death Triangle. I really don't want the Elite to get those titles back yet. I understand. Yes, they did. They did the crime. They paid the time, whatever, and paid the fines. But I just don't think it's fair that they come back. Okay, now they get the titles back. Like, no, no, slow your roll.
That's my point. Do they want to do that?
And you got to take it off of three men who have been busting their asses.
Yeah.
Show. I really
Right.
don't. I honestly, if anything, if the elite were to win, let it be by DQ. Don't take those. If Tony does this, I'm it's gonna look bad. I think it's gonna look bad. I'm rooting for the Death Triangle. I don't want them to um, to actually lose those titles yet. And besides, don't they have a beef? There's other trios that can actually get a chance. I mean, what about this other team? The House of Black. Did that beef ever get squashed between them, Pac and them? No, it did. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And the House of Black, yes. Like, they've been so neglected. Like, the House of Black, yes. We were just talking about the Best Friends. Like,
Okay, so here's what I would do. If they really want to spice things up, and this is why I say Tony Khan should cut me a check. Okay, so Aleister Black is all right, or whatever his name is, Alexter. Was it?
No, Malachi Black. Yeah,
Malachi Black. The black guy. All right. So here's what I would do. Don't give the belts to the elite, right? Whatever, however, Death Triangle, they either win by pinfall, whatever, or they lose by DQ, so they keep the title. Julia Hart comes out. She comes out with Big Boy. I forgot. I'm getting old. What's his name? What's the other guy's
Brody
name?
Lee. Brody King. Brody King. I'm sorry, not Brody Lee. Brody Lee is.
Oh, my bad. R.I.P.
Yes, Brody King.
Brody King. All right. You get Brody King out there, and that child's like, yeah, but there's only one. There's three of us and one of you, and you're not gonna do anything, little lady. And who else does she bring out? But her former stablemates, the Blondes. Give those guys the rub. I mean, come on, you're not doing anything with them. I mean, why not just have them be the surprise and have them get upset? That'd be even good. They could possibly, or not even an upset, at least have them enter that feud. I think they should go that route.
Right. They could interfere because the Hollywood Blondes don't, or the Varsity Blondes don't.
They don't have that. They're not going by Varsity Blondes anymore.
Yeah.
I think they lost that.
So who would be their third for that trio if they're going to put them in the trio? So they don't. I wouldn't think that. I think that if they do interfere, and they should actually, they should. That's good writing. Is that the Varsity Blondes should interfere with the House of Black, if the House of Black ever go up, like for anything like that, they should be the ones to interfere. But yeah.
But
what about the Best Friends? Also, like they're a trio.
Yeah, them too. But no Orange Cassidy. No. Orange Cassidy. Let them focus on that belt. I'd say put Rocky Romero. Put Rocky Romero. Put him in that mix. I don't see Danhausen.
No.
But yeah. Okay, and so Bobby Stryker is saying he's going with Elite 100%. Okay, all right. And he wanted to know, Kathy, where you got that shirt. And Sandra says,
keep going. She explained it.
One of the first shirts she had, I missed it.
It's from her Twitch stream. It's one of the first shirts she had, like where you give subs and you get a shirt.
You could probably get another one, Sandra. Come on. If it's a different edition, it'll be fine. You could probably get another one somewhere, The next match that we have is a steel cage match. It's going to be Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy, Jack Perry. Kathy, who you got for this one?
So there's been a big build up to all of this, and I think that Jungle Boy is going to get his revenge on Luchasaurus finally, and hopefully they close this up and move on.
Okay. Drew Fox, who are you going with?
I'm going with Jungle Boy for this one. I think just because like Luchasaurus already beat him before, so I think it's now Jungle Boy's turn to beat him. The one thing I'm just hoping for this match is that we're going to see Jungle Boy do something big off the top of the cage.
Ooh, like Jimmy Snuka versus Bob Backlund, huh?
Yeah.
Or Dude Love versus Triple H for our generation.
Or Ray Phoenix against the Young Bucks last year at All Out.
Oh yes. Okay, all right. Hugh Maga, who are you going with?
Man, it's hard for me to care about this feud at all. Yeah, Jungle Boy just makes the most sense. Just because he's Jungle Boy. Yeah. I really don't care.
Bobby Striker's going with Jungle Boy needs this one. Okay. I'm gonna go with Jungle Boy. It's gonna be a hard fought battle, but I think he's gonna pull it off and finally get the win. And after that, I don't know. He's another one that needs to do something with. Stop pushing. He needs to be pushed to a title now. It's high time, and I'm hoping it's very soon. So the next match that we have is a tag team match. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus Sting and Darby Allin. Kathy, go ahead.
You sound so enthusiastic for this match.
We all know what's gonna. Go ahead, Kathy. Go ahead.
So I circled Sting and Darby Allin to win. I do want to see Sting no sell Jeff Jarrett again with a guitar shot like he did back in TNA/Impact. Everybody knows it used to be called TNA. But Sting and Darby Allin.
Blue Fox, who are you going with?
I agree, Kathy. I'm going with Sting and Darby Allin. That's all I have to say about that.
That's all it needs to be said.
Neil Mack, who are you gonna go with?
Yeah, this is just a match because Jeff Jarrett was hired. Like, there's no reason we're having this match other than that. If Jeff Jarrett hadn't been put in charge of live events, I'm sure this would not be it wouldn't be him. It'd probably be House of Black, because what happened with that feud with Sting and Darby? Like, did they just forget about that? What happened with that? so I don't know. Yeah, so Sting and Darby, because why would Jeff Jarrett win?
Yeah, Bobby Striker, you said Jay Lethal and Double J with Assange interference. So here's my thing. I feel like I've seen this too many times. I've seen Sting and Jeff Jarrett too many times. Now, kudos to AEW. A lot of things that people don't want to give. One thing people don't want to give Jeff Jarrett credit for is the fact that he's a great booker. Is he as good as Triple H or better? I don't know. That's up to people's opinions. In my opinion, when he was running TNA, it wasn't bad. It was exciting when he was running it. And that was from 2002 to 2000. Whenever Hulk Hogan brought his cruise ship tour in, it sucked after that.
I was about to say, yeah.
This match, it's gonna be okay. Lethal and Darby Allin. Darby Allin doing most of the work. Darby Allin gets dominated. Then he makes the hot tag to Sting. Sting comes in, clears house, even beats up Sanjay Dutt. Somehow he might even miraculously beat the tall guy, Satnam Singh. Might even beat him too. Bat for Sting, guitar for Jeff Jarrett. It's a face-off. Jarrett swings first. Sting smashes guitar, and then he hits Jarrett in the stomach, and he does a reverse. Sting wins. Sting and Darby Allin wins. I'm gonna go with Sting and Darby Allin because it's too predictable. Unless they're gonna do something surprising, which I highly doubt.
Yeah, unless like Bobby Striker and Chad is saying, like, there's interference and they want to, because Darby's all about taking pain, so he's not afraid to lose a match. So maybe they just get beat down by the entire crew, and maybe it's just Jeff Jarrett standing with his guitar at the end of the match. Maybe I could see that, actually.
Yeah,
I could see that. Just a freaking beatdown.
Yeah. So the next match, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna be too tuned in. Like I'll probably like, whatever. But you never know. Maybe they'll do something that'll raise eyebrows, but I highly doubt it. The next match we have is a singles match. Okay, Kathy, you're gonna love this one, but I don't know how I feel about this because I've heard some things. So it's gonna be Dr. Britt Baker. I should do DMD, whatever. Yeah, however you young folk do it. I don't know. I'm too old for the fancy things. But Dr. Baker, DMD, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus Saraya. Kathy, who are you going with?
Gee, I don't know. I don't know.
You capping. Stop capping.
No, seriously though.
Sandra already knows who she's going for.
Yeah. So yeah, I usually keep these short, but this one's gonna be long-winded because like it's. I hope I don't cry. I'm not gonna try not to, but yeah, this one's near and dear to my heart here. Saraya, I mean, come on. She can't. Yeah, like Bobby said, you can't lose your comeback match. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of Saraya. Was a fan of her when she was Paige. Since like 2015. It's really cool to see that when you have a passion for wrestling and it gets taken away from you the first time, and you have your neck surgery and you come back a second time, and to have it taken away a second time, you get another neck surgery and you don't think you're ever going to wrestle again. It's pretty sweet that you can actually have a third time to come back. And I started out as a fan of Saraya. Now we're pretty much friends. She's been around with hanging around Twitch and everything when she was in WWE. First of all, WWE let her go. She did not quit. They didn't renew her contract, so we'll get that cleared up there. But it's good to see her back. I'm pretty sure she's nervous. Good nerves though, and I hope everything goes well for her. And I'll always have her back because she's always had mine. And yeah, Team Saraya.
Okay. And Sandy says Saraya better win, or else we all gonna cry. Wow.
I'm gonna cry if she wins. Either way.
Hugh Malco, you might want to make sure she's happy. Maybe get some some driver traffic. She's happy. But yeah. But yeah. And Bobby's going with Saraya. All right. Blue Fox, who are you going with?
As much as I would love for Britt Baker to win this one, I'm going with Saraya just simply because it's Saraya's debut match in AEW, and you don't do that to a wrestler, have them lose their debut match. So I'm going with Saraya on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm also even predicting the possibility, just based on the promos they did on Dynamite, that we're probably going to get a double turn. We're probably going to get Britt Baker probably turning babyface and Saraya turning heel. As a possibility.
You could be onto something.
Because Britt's promo was pretty babyface on Dynamite, and Saraya kind of sounded a little bit heelish.
Okay. Heel Mac, who are you going with?
That's a great point Blue Fox just made. I hadn't caught that before, but now that I think about it, yeah, that's true. There could be a double turn coming. Athena just turned on Rampage. Are they turning all the WWE people into heels?
Good question.
AEW has got this anti-WWE current thing. They could just turn all the WWE folk into heels so people cheer the homegrown crowd. That could be something they do. It's just a theory I just thought of 2 seconds ago. So, yeah, wow. Britt Baker is other than this is why they're putting her up against Saraya, because Britt Baker's the only thing they have really in that women's division. Jade is a close second. Jade is a close second. But yeah, it's just Britt Baker. Jamie Hayter's coming up. Toni Storm's, I say, a close third. Jamie Hayter's maybe fourth. Nyla's, no, I'd put Nyla actually in third, around there actually. Okay. But so yeah, it's just Britt's all they got. I don't. We were talking about this the other night, Sandra and I. We were talking about this the other night. I don't actually know which way this is gonna go. All logic says Saraya's gonna win, but with this current that they have, like, what's the next match? I'm pretty sure isn't it MJF, like, versus, it's gonna be another WWE versus AEW person. It's like MJF and Moxley, right? So that's the main event at least. So are they gonna? Do they? And they always like to avoid replicating storylines. So, like, yeah, Saraya looks like she's gonna win here. Like, Britt just can't win because it looks like they want to put MJF over it later in the night. So yeah, it needs to be WWE person goes over in this one, and then at the end of the night, because the crowd just saw an ex WWE person go over. At the end of the night, let's put MJF over. So I don't know. Yeah, it's tough, but also that, like, it's Britt Baker because she's the freaking division. Like, gonna put her up against Saraya and have her lose? That kind of sucks because she's the cornerstone of the women's division. So maybe there should be some interference here. Maybe it's a dusty finish. Maybe they don't make it a conclusive loss for Britt. Maybe it's a quick roll up or something, and she's right back up on her feet afterwards to get her heat back. I don't know. Like, I want to protect Britt a little bit more. She doesn't deserve a squash. It shouldn't be. Yeah, and I agree. There's no way unless they F up Saraya. So yeah, it's like they have to, but they got to protect Britt too. Like, she is the division. So I don't know. All logic says Saraya. But I have a tendency to protect the AEW crowd. And so if Saraya does go over, it might be a heel turn to protect Britt, to make Paige look like, okay, we're going heel, so she won dirty. Britt didn't actually lose this.
I heard that Paige can't even do nothing like she can't do nothing where she lands on her back. Only like she can only be like.
No.
That's what I heard.
Nope.
That's the rumor.
Those are rumors.
She did a rampage. She fell on her back. That's a bump.
Yeah.
She said in her podcast that she doesn't want to get kicked in the back. She doesn't want to get hit in the back. That's different from taking a bump.
Right.
She doesn't want what happened with Sasha when Sasha kicked her. She doesn't want that to happen again. So she doesn't want any blows to her spine. That's what she said on, like, word for word on Renee's podcast. So she can take a bump. She just has to adjust the way she's wrestling. She can't do like any hard, crazy stuff. It's pretty much gonna be like when Stone Cold came back against KO. He didn't, he protected himself. Uh-huh. And everybody enjoyed the crap out of that match. And, you can make matches without being hard hitting and stuff like that. So that's what's going on.
When Daniel Bryan came back for the first time in WWE, he adjusted his style. It's the same thing. Exactly. Yeah.
Edge, I'm pretty sure when Edge came back, he got re-injured. It wasn't his neck, but he got injured in like his elbow, I think, for that match with Randy. So you have to adjust, stay away from your neck, stuff like that. She's just getting the fluid back in her neck. Yeah. So the doctor cleared her. She's 100% cleared, but she said like the doctor told her, take it a month at a time. Like she can wrestle once a month. She burned herself out in her last WWE run. They had her doing house shows, and she was doing most of the work there because Sonia and Mandy just came to the main roster, and they needed somebody to work, and she did it, but she overkilled it. She did too much, and that's where like the injuries happened and everything like that. So she's trying to take it, wiser this time. The third time around, she's taking it easy, and but she can take bumps. She just has to take it different. But
I would,
that was what she said was like, I
yeah.
don't want to get hit in the spine, which is, I mean, she's just coming back. You don't want
Who?
to have the same thing happen again.
I wouldn't want to take a hit like that again. Like
No.
that makes sense. Yeah. Like why would you want to do that? Of course she was gonna say, yeah, maybe don't kick me in my spine. How about
Yeah.
like of course she's gonna say that. Yeah, like this is just common sense.
That was
Yeah.
the thing too, though. She did the same move when she got injured and almost paralyzed. Like Bailey did the same move the night before at a house show, but she did it like she just kicked her in the back. Sasha came and just like boom, like like in her spine. Like she did it harder than Bailey did. So
Yeah.
you have a different outcome there, and it's not Sasha's fault. Like she had so much guilt, so much, that's part of the reason why she took off the first time,
Yeah.
because she couldn't forgive herself with what happened. And that's what Saraya said too in the podcast with Renee. The first person, beside her parents that she told that she was cleared was Sasha. It was like, take the guilt off of you. I'm cleared. She wants to have a match with Sasha because like it writes itself. But at some point down the road, she wants to have a match with her. So, which would be pretty cool. Kind of make it, closure and make ends meet and stuff like that. But we don't know where Sasha's at. So maybe further down the road somewhere they'll meet up again. But yeah.
Yeah,
No, I agree. It's
but I gotta say, Kathy, you talk about you're a fan. It's funny how you started off as a fan, and now you had the woman's whole mother on our show for like 3 or 4 hours. You ruined their dinner. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And yeah, that's still amazing. And I'm well, my pick is Saraya. I'm gonna pick her to win that. And I'm gonna also say something. Tony Khan, you might never see this, but there's a young man who actually made a trip from England to AEW. He was actually featured in Fighting with My Family, not as himself, but there was a guy that was playing him, a guy by the name of Zach Zodiac. Tony Khan, give that man a contract. It's his time. Hashtag hire Zach Zodiac. He deserves it. You know, it's time. He's worked hard. Give it to.
yeah. He can be hired here, like right? Like why haven't it's weird. Yeah, it's an oversight. It's like AR Fox. I'm sorry, I have to go back to something else. It's like certain guys is just like makes it's like weird how they haven't been signed by now. It's just like him. Like how hasn't AR Fox been signed? Because he hasn't wanted to be signed, really. That's that's really the only reason. But Paige's brother he's wanted to be signed for a while. Sign the guy. Somebody. Like what's he's good. Like what's I don't understand. Yes.
Or at least put him on the London show next year.
Yeah.
Do that. Come
something.
on. We're all rooting for you, Zach, if you do
Yeah.
see this.
Yeah, we definitely are. Definitely
Yes.
are. Yeah. So so that's that match. So the next match that we have is a singles match for the AEW TBS Championship, and it's gonna be the defending champion Jade Cargill, although she doesn't have the belts on her, versus Nyla Rose, who's the challenger that has the belt. Oh, this is kind of funny. Kathy, who are you going with?
So I actually at first had a question mark. I had to think about it. Nyla is Jade's biggest threat yet, I think. and would be the biggest one, chance to win the title against, break her streak against Jade. But I went ahead and put Jade. I think her streak's still gonna go. I don't know who's gonna beat her, but I think Jade's gonna end up winning this time around.
Okay. Blue Fox, who are you going with?
I have to go with Jade for this one because I don't think Nyla's the one to end her streak. However, the problem is that when Jade wins, then who do you feed to her next? Because if they're saving Chris Statlander to be the one to defeat her, that's going to be a long wait. And they're just going to keep feeding jobbers to her. And you need some good opponents for her. And the idea I have is, now I'm not saying I have scoops or anything, but in this match, this is where I would debut Sasha Banks if Sasha was coming into AEW. Have her show up at the end of the match, have Jade win the match, gets on the microphone, cuts a promo about how I've beaten everybody in this division. There's no one else who can beat me. I'm the best. I'm money. And she's goes on saying, I want to fight someone. Give me someone who can actually beat me. I don't care if it's and then she just says, I don't care if it's an alien. I don't care if it's a zombie. I don't even care. It's a boss. And then that's where Sasha's theme plays. And she comes out and just gets in the ring and then just says to her, you want competition? I'm here. See you around. And then you just build up towards that.
Blue Fox, my friend, you are causing trouble. Because there's a certain young lady that also has blue hair that is not too fond of Sasha Banks. So yeah, that's gonna be something. Go ahead, Kathy.
Colt Cabana and CM Punk were in the same company for a little while. I mean, you never know. It's wrestling.
Yeah. It surely is.
Yeah, and I don't think that would be a problem. Just to say that Vicky hasn't told us anything, so I don't know nothing. So don't ask me nothing. I
wouldn't ask. I'm the kind of fan I like to wait and see. I rather don't spoil it. Just I'll see for myself. Yeah. And let me be shocked and surprised and go. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, so.
But man, you blew my mind, Fox, with what you said, Sasha Banks. When we were talking about her a second ago, I hadn't thought maybe she'd come in tonight. But yeah,
and even though the dirt sheets are saying she's still under contract with WWE, but the thing is, what if that's all a ruse? What if it is that because she's got such leverage in the company, what if she's been able to negotiate when her contract actually ends? So what if it ends tonight and she can come in tomorrow?
She mentioned something about November in her Instagram when she was talking in circles to people.
And also it also seems very coincidental that even on this Tuesday, the news broke that she filed some new trademarks, including a new name and a new finisher. And also on the same day, you had the interview with Saraya come out saying, I'm going to fight Sasha Banks again.
Wrestle Sasha. And you just signed to AEW, so what does that even mean if you want to? Oh, you want to wrestle Sasha? That she's
going to be Saraya's going to be there for 3 years,
right? So okay. So unless you said, oh yeah, in 5 years I'll go back to WWE and wrestle Sasha. I don't know. I don't think she was saying that. I think she accidentally said, yeah, we're Sasha's free. So I don't know.
That would be pretty cool, like what Fox was saying. If Jade's she has the whole money gimmick. She's like, I am money. Sasha Banks comes out. Of course, she's not gonna be Sasha Banks, but she could say, they go back to WWE references, and she could be like, I used to be Bank. I'd be like, ooh, that would be such a good promo. I'd be like, ooh.
I mean, before she was Sasha Banks, she was Mercedes KV, so. She could go back to that. I mean, although she had a rather short time on the indie circuit. I mean, She's
I
doing
think
that with Hysteria.
my guess is her name will be Mercedes Monet.
Okay.
Because based on the trademarks, but yeah. Wow. I don't know. I haven't even given my prediction yet.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I think it might be too soon for Jade to lose it. I love Nyla, but I don't want to lose my job, but it might be too soon. So, that thing when you said Sasha was a great idea, like to protect both of them, come in and interfere. But if Sasha's there, like, come out and interfere with Saraya. Let her win first. Establish your relationship with her. Come out later in the night, interfere with Jade. Oh, I'm also here for the goal. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, I think it's too soon for Jade to drop it. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Jade. And I'm also, something I'm curious about, and I got a good feeling for some reason. I have a feeling Red Velvet's gonna make her return. If you notice, we haven't seen her in a hot minute.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice for her to come back at some point.
I don't know the
situation. She was injured.
Yeah, she has been hurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long has that been? Like 6 months now? 5 months now? I know it's at least been 3.
It's like at least
3 sounds about right.
I thought it was more than that, but okay.
I got a feeling she might come back. I could be wrong, but I got a feeling she might come back. But I'm gonna go with Jade on this one. Jade is definitely gonna get it. We're gonna see a lot of outside interference. Vicky Guerrero's gonna get involved. Obviously, what's the girls? I keep forgetting names, man.
Marina Shafir.
Kiera Hogan.
Marina Shafir. Yeah.
Oh right, Marina. I forgot about Marina. Yeah. Yeah. Dusty finish. Nyla doesn't lose. Jade doesn't lose. Jade gets her belt back and runs. No contest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I don't
know. So the next match that we have is okay, and Bobby Striker said he's going with Jade, and Sandra said she's going with Nyla Rose because she doesn't want to lose her job. Hey, you're a smart one. Y'all are two smart people, Sandra, and y'all are too smart. Y'all gonna go far. I wouldn't want to lose my job either. Would you imagine if you said, "I'm gonna go with Jade Cargill"? Excuse me.
Yes. I hope she's not watching this right now. It's very fun.
Yeah, that's kind of why I can't say Brit either.
Yeah. And Paige already wants. I mean, Saraya already wants to fight you, Kathy. So you're on your own. I can't help you with that.
We still have that Target parking lot fight.
Yeah. So the next match we have is a 4-way for the Ring of Honor World Championship. We have Chris Jericho, the defending champion, going up against Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and of course his Jericho Appreciation Society stablemate, Sammy Guevara. Kathy, who's going with?
So as I was writing it, I was like, man, I don't know who I'm gonna pick, and then I just hurried up and circled Bryan Danielson. You got Chris Jericho, he's the current champion. Claudio used to be the champion, and then you have Sammy. I don't see Sammy winning. Claudio could get the title back. That would be pretty cool. But I don't know. I think it's Bryan's time, and I think he might end up winning. So I think I'm gonna go with Bryan.
Blue Fox, who you got?
I'm going with Bryan as well. I think what's going to happen is I think Sammy is going to cost Jericho the title, and then we're going to get that feud afterward. So I'm going with Bryan winning it.
Okay. Hugh Magnum, who you got?
Yeah, I agree with Fox. Sammy's going to interfere with Jericho, and Bryan's going to win it back.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly think, oh man, who's gonna win? I honestly think, I'm gonna go
to tease. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying they love to tease Like they love to tease these turns. Keith Lee with Swerve. There was another example as well. Of course, I'm not. Daniel Bryan, not Daniel. Daniel Garcia against Jericho as well. They teased that turn. Didn't turn out. It was like a double turn. So they love to tease these turns. So I don't actually know if they're not going to tease, just straight up tease it this time. Sammy's just going to be like, no, I'm going to win, Jericho, and be like interfere and try and actually win and get bitch slapped for it. Excuse my language. But yeah, like they love to tease them. So I think they're going to pull the rug out on this time. And Sammy's just straight up going to turn on Jericho.
Honestly speaking, I think Chris Jericho is going to retain, but it's going to lead to Chris Jericho versus Sammy Guevara. And we're going to finally get Sammy Guevara versus Chris Jericho eventually. And it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting. But I think Chris Jericho is going to retain. Although, and the thing is, Chris Jericho does have Sammy Guevara, but he also has the rest of the JAS, which is like four or five other guys. Then he has women who are going to get involved too. So I think Chris Jericho is going to retain. He's going to retain that, but it's going to set up for him versus Sammy Guevara, and that's going to be a great match. That's definitely Sammy Guevara is definitely going to shine when that happens. I think that's going to be I always say there's always a match that elevates a wrestler. For Randy Orton, it was Mick Foley. For Edge, it was Mick Foley. For Triple H, to me, it was Sergeant Slaughter. I think Chris Jericho versus Sammy Guevara. I'm thinking ahead, but I got to feel it's going to happen soon. It's going to be that match that elevates Sammy.
For sure. And just to reiterate, I don't think there's anything. Jericho is probably he's on the level of Roman Reigns right now in terms of the art that's happening. I think he might even be better than Roman in terms of just the sheer art that's happening in terms of an artist being as a wrestler. People hate Roman, but he's doing an amazing thing with that title run. It's going to be legendary. And the way they're going to cap it off potentially with The Rock, that's amazing. And now Jericho is just masterfully keeps his character fresh all the time. It can't be ignored how good Jericho is right now. Jericho is a master of his craft, and like him or hate him, he's probably the best thing in the business right now.
And I'm not gonna put the man's age out there because one, it's not nice, and two, I don't want the man putting me in a headlock and choking me out like he did Goldberg.
It doesn't matter. Look at him, he's clearly doing the best work of his career right now.
That's the amazing thing. I would say Chris Jericho is the Chris. If you ever hear this, please don't kick my ass. I would say he's the Madonna of professional wrestling. If you look at Madonna, she's always been reinventing herself and keeping up with the trend and staying relevant. That's what Chris Jericho has been doing for the last 32 years now, because he celebrated his 30th anniversary 2 years ago, so it's 32 now. For the last 32 years, that's what he's been doing, and it's impressive. And you just never get bored of seeing what this man's going to come up with. We've gotten the Lionheart, Y2J.
I'd say he's more impressive than Madonna because he's done it more times than Madonna and been more successful at it in every change than Madonna. Now there are some dubious changes Madonna's made at some point that might be questionable, but Jericho is like, wow.
Yeah, he's then we had Le Champion, and then we have the Ocho, wizard. So
Yeah.
it's always great to see what he comes up with.
I'm a wizard. That was freaking hilarious. And he just let that go. Like,
Yeah.
just let it go because it was, it ran its course. But it
Yeah.
was freaking hilarious. I'm a wizard? What?
One of my
Okay.
one of my favorites is the gift of Jericho. Drink
Yes.
it in, man.
Drink it in, man. Like everything.
You mentioned
It's-
Madonna, but he did come out. If you watch The Masked Singer, he was on that show, and he came out as like a dinosaur bride. So I mean, you might have a connection there.
That was the worst kept secret in the history of that show, by the way.
Right?
It was like literally
minute-
everyone.
The minute he started singing, you're like, Jericho, it's him.
Sounds a lot like Chris
Man,
Jericho.
that's so funny. I never one time when he fought when he was fighting Chris Benoit, he was like, I would fight Chris Benoit at my side. I would fight Chris Benoit as my bride. And I was like, this guy is he's Chris Jericho, man. Oh geez, that guy is just too hilarious. But yeah, he's gonna retain. I know Bobby Stryker. I know you're a huge Chris Jericho fan, so it's not surprising me that you're gonna pick him. You've always liked him, even when he was serious Jericho back in 08. So it's not surprising, man. But yeah, Chris Jericho is definitely gonna take it, and I'm cool with that. I don't mind. The next match we have is the singles match for the interim AEW Women's World Championship. Tony Khan just strip Thunder Rosa. She's gonna get it back. Trust me. It'll make it all the more grand if you just strip her the title.
It would have been.
I'm tired of all these
interim
champions now. It's getting annoying.
And it would have helped Tony a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
like just call her champ. Like,
so
that would have helped. Well.
We have a singles match, and it's going to be the defending interim AEW Women's Champ, Toni Storm, who looks so much like Jessica Simpson. Man, I don't know if anybody noticed that. Versus
that's all I'm going to see now.
Versus a woman with who has a PhD, a player haters degree, Jamie Hayter. Kathy, who you got for this one?
So yes, Toni Storm looks like Jessica Simpson. Jamie Hayter and Rachel Rose look a lot alike. She'll probably beat me up for that. I'm sorry, Rachel, but yeah. So I put a question mark on that one too, and I had to think about it. I ended up going with Toni Storm because I don't want her reign to end. But Jamie Hayter's been on a tear. The crowd loves her. I don't know if it's her time right now. If it is, then I guess I'm wrong. But I picked Toni to retain.
Okay. Blue Fox, who are we going with?
Well, this is the match I'm really looking forward to the most because I love both women, but it's a real hard decision on who I want to win. Like Toni's been doing a great job as champion so far, but Jamie's been very popular and has been tearing it up as well. But I don't think it's Jamie's time just yet. Like, I would probably save her winning the title when they go to the UK so she does it in her home country. But I do think this match is also going to, I think we're going to finally get the Jamie babyface turn, because the way they've been building this match, that the two were friends, they were roommates, and Tony's like telling her that, you're, this is not you, and Britt's only using you. And like, the way I would do this match is they have a great match, Toni wins, and then after the match, she puts out her hand to Jamie and tells her, you did a great job, I'm proud of you. And then Jamie is conflicted, doesn't know what to do, and then Jamie finally shakes her hand, and it's not a full-on babyface turn yet, but if the match is on early in the night before the Britt and Saraya match, then I would have it that Jamie does not come out with Britt and Rebel after that, because she's still thinking about what happened in that match, and then Saraya wins, Britt and Rebel attack her after the match, then Toni comes down, they beat her up, and then finally Jamie comes down, and Tony is being restrained by Rebel, and then Britt hands Jamie the Crush and tells her, take her out. Take out Tony. You lost to her. Take her out. But Jamie doesn't want to do that because she's now got a whole new respect for her. But then Britt starts telling her, do your job. I brought you into this company. I made you what you are. I got you this far. Now do it. And then Jamie finally turns on Britt, whacks her with the Crush, takes out Rebel, and then that gives her a baby face turn. And then you've got Jamie and Britt right there, maybe for Revolution. And then you start building that up more for Jamie to go for the title and win it finally.
Okay. Hugh Maga, who you going with?
This card is actually too good because a lot of it is hard to predict. This is another one. Yeah. Tony, it would be a shame for her to drop it. It's just not her time. But I would love to just an imaginary scenario. Blue Fox, it got me thinking like, okay, yeah. Britt turns face tonight, match earlier or maybe even later. Which maybe, yeah, it depends on the order of things. But if this match is first, maybe she turns face, and then that helps Britt turns face later, or vice versa. And so maybe at the end of it, maybe Thunder Rosa comes back, like, and she's heel because people have been totally negative toward Thunder Rosa right now. So why not turn her heel so she's booed? Like maybe Thunder Rosa comes back, attacks him with a chair. They're both faces now. They're shaking each other's hands like you were saying. And Thunder Rosa comes back and it's like, that's my belt. Give me my belt back. And just starts beating the crap out of him with a chair. And it's a heel turn for Thunder Rosa as well. So it's another turn. Yeah.
If they turn Thunder Rosa heel, what I want them to do, I'm sure all of y'all know this, but she was a tag team. She was in a tag team, I think, for a few years. Tag team by the name of Twisted Sisters with Holiday. I want that if they turn Thunder Rosa heel, I want them to actually have Holiday join her. That would be a great thing. And that would pretty much, play off the whole Twisted Sisters thing. Because when you hear Twisted, you think sick, you think sadistic. So I would say definitely if they do turn her heel, I hope they would do that. But hey, knowing AEW, I don't know. I'm just I tend to play armchair booker at times, but I hope they would actually do that. But we'll see. I'm gonna go with Toni Storm to retain. I think she's gonna retain in this one, but this is definitely gonna showcase what Jamie Hayter can do, out of the shadow of Britt Baker, on her own as a singles competitor. So I'm gonna go with Tony for this one. And Bobby Striker's going with you're going with Jamie Hayter as well. Okay. So we will see how that goes. So the next match we have is the AEW tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. We have the Acclaimed, which is the team of Anthony Bowens and Max Caster, who are the defending champions, aka them Scissor Boys, aka them boys Buddhist Beefcake would be proud of, going up against Keenan and Kel. I'm sorry, Swerve in Our Glory, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. I better stop for them guys hunt me down. But yeah. So Kathy, who are you going with?
Dude, if Keith Lee comes for you, do not put me in front of you. That's all on you. You did that yourself. As much as I like Swerve in Our Glory, and I like the Acclaim too, the Acclaim are on a run with this whole scissor me daddy ass stuff, and they are not gonna be stopped. So I think I am gonna go with the Acclaimed.
Okay. I wish they would say that to Brutus Beefcake. You were like, oh sure, let me get my shears.
That would be quite the thing, huh? It was like little scissors and big like shears.
If Keith Lee and Swerve do come after me though, I wanted to like some orange soda. I'm like, Keith, Keith Lee's a well-spoken man. I'm like, Mr. Lee, might I interest you in some orange soda, carbonated? And he might not want to be about that. I don't know. But Blue Fox, who are you going with, man?
Going with the Acclaimed for this one because I think we're gonna get the breakup between Keith Lee and Swerve. Just the way they've been teasing that.
Honestly speaking, they don't need each other. I don't think they do. They're good on their own. I mean, everybody knows, Keith Lee is a tremendous competitor. He should have been a WWE champion. Swerve can definitely go to distance as well. So I've known of him way before he joined WWE. I know about him before Lucha Underground, before the whole kill shot thing. So they'll be fine.
He was kill shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Killshot.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew who Killshot is, but yeah, I didn't know that was him. Cool.
And
But they're gonna. I'm gonna make a joke here, but they're gonna swerve. They're gonna separate, and Swerve is gonna feud with Saraya about whose house it is.
oh shoots.
Isn't wrestling great that this isn't the first scissor gimmick in wrestling? There's been a scissor gimmick before. Brutus Beefcake. You know, it's like scissors is scissors. Yeah, been there.
I'm just saying, if Tony Khan wants to make a comedy thing, bring in Brutus Beefcake, man.
Yeah. Keith, Swerve, they don't need each other. They've been teasing it. I don't know when they're gonna pull the trigger on that. Like, they just break them up. Keith does not need him. Like Triple H wants Swerve back, and he probably wants to go back. And actually, he didn't. Actually, he said he didn't want to go back. But anyway, Triple H wants him back anyway. But like, break him up. Like, the Acclaimed, man, they're freaking on fire. How could you take the belts off them? Like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, tease him, but no, you keep the straps on the Acclaimed. You're insane. Like, they just released another T-shirt with the quote that Corey Graves said on commentary about the other one's off doing something with office equipment, and so AEW made a daddy ass office equipment shirt and capitalized on WWE's own thing. It was hilarious. So they can't take the belts off them. It's so stupid. But
Corey
yeah,
Graves never learns his lesson. He tried it with Enzo, and Enzo was like, "Yeah, you tried to be a wrestler." He's like, "My son is doing the Enzo Amore dance, and I think I failed as a father." And then Enzo was like, "Yeah, you tried to be a wrestler, and you failed at that. That's why they told you to have a seat." I was like, Corey Graves. Oh, geez, that guy. He's pretty good at what he does, though. But man, that guy. But I'm gonna go with the Acclaimed on this one. I think they're definitely gonna take it. I'm very happy that they actually are the champions. They're fresh. They're not an old team. They're two guys that I don't even think. I think they got tryouts, but they never like got signed by WWE. So they're not WWE guys. They're fresh. I knew Bowens right like a month before he started training. I saw him at a PWS show in New Jersey 9 years ago. Great guy, humble guy, and definitely shows that once as long as you keep being consistent and persevere, that hard work pays off, and this is it. So yeah, Acclaim for the win. They're gonna retain, and yeah, and Bobby Stryker is going with the Acclaimed. Okay, and all right. The next match we have is the last match, the main event, and this is gonna be a crazy one. It's gonna be a singles match for the AEW World Championship. This is actually MJF's Casino Ladder Poker Chip cash-in match, and it's gonna be, of course, MJF challenging the defending champion John Moxley, who's pretty much Dean Ambrose off his meds. So, Kathy, who you got for this one?
So I'd put a question mark too at first. I started thinking about it. I think MJF might pull it off. And here's what's going to happen. I saw some of this, what somebody said, and they might have a point to it, but I'm going to add to it. William Regal is in, the Combat Club, and he has a history with MJF. And if you wanted to dismantle the Combat Club, so they did all this stuff where, like, MJF said he's not going to cheat to win. What if William Regal takes out his brass knucks, knocks out John Moxley, MJF doesn't see it, and he pins him. And he wins cleanly, he didn't cheat, and Combat Club's dismantled, because I don't really think they need to still be together. As cool as they are as a faction, I don't think they that's how you break up the whole Combat Club. So I'm gonna say MJF is gonna win.
Yeah, but okay, so you have Castagnoli, you have Danielson, and you have Moxley. But what about Yuta? Yuta's not. Do you really think Yuta's over? I mean, let's be honest. He needs a stable for now. He's not that. My opinion's not over yet. But
He might not need a stable. He might need Regal, and you start all over. I mean, there's that. Or MJF just ends up MJFing himself, and he ends up being dirty, and he does win. Or he swears that he's gonna be clean, and he's gonna take the title. He's not gonna cheat.
MJF in the Combat Club, that would be old. Man, I can't see that. Who knows? Blue Fox, who are you going with?
I'm going with MJF for this one because I think after this match, after Moxley drops the title, Moxley's going to go and take that vacation that he was supposed to be taking after All Out, and that he's been carrying the promotion after CM Punk and the Elite were suspended. And he wasn't even supposed to be on the show. He was supposed to be taking a vacation. So I think he's going to finally drop the title here, and then he's going to take an extended vacation for a few months, and MJF's going to be now the top of the card. And I think William Regal is going to cost Moxley the match.
Heel Mago, who are you going with?
So yeah, I agree with Fox. Moxley is supposed to be on vacation. This is a great time to drop it to MJF. I could see multiple scenarios and how it happens, though. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's great. I would love. I have this weird conspiracy theory on the back of my brain, even though all logic says it's not a work, and that CM Punk is actually gone. I would love it if this whole the devil greatest trick reference is referencing CM Punk, and CM Punk and MJF team up. CM Punk comes back, interferes, hits John Moxley, and helps MJF win the title. And this whole thing has been an elaborate storyline to turn CM Punk heel, to have everyone hate him, and to make everyone think he's gone, and then to shock, oh, he's back. It's not gonna happen. I would just love it if it did. It's just like that's this weird conspiracy theory brain in my. But no, I think what's actually gonna happen is what Blue Fox. It's like, yeah, Regal probably helps MJF. But MJF either way is going over. I don't see any scenario where Moxley retains. Actually, I don't see it happening. Like, the whole point about the Blackpool Combat Club is that you don't need anyone's help, so no one's going to help Moxley. So yeah, like I think he's like Regal won't necessarily help MJF, but he's not going to help Moxley. And when MJF wins, he's going to leave with it. Yeah, I could see that happening.
I'm gonna go with MJF to win. I think this is time. For some reason, I think this card we're gonna see a lot of the pillars finally taking the so to speak, finally taking the reins, you know, or like the former like the homegrown talent, the ones that didn't get signed by WWE, were never signed by WWE. I think we're just gonna see a lot of that with this card. I think MJF is gonna be the cherry on top. He's actually gonna take it, and that's gonna be that. I just don't like how they did the whole thing with the firm. Like that made no sense. But they're not disbanded. It's just that he's gone. MJF is gone. I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing Ethan Page versus MJF real soon, because he's gonna that's gonna be an interesting match, and I see a new fire behind Ethan Page, so that's gonna be interesting as well. Although a man I wish they would actually sign to AEW to feud with MJF. I don't know if y'all ever heard of him. Kathy, you probably heard of him because he wrestled in Texas. A guy by the name of Richard Holiday, the most marketable. He's been on MLW. Him and MJF were stablemates in the Foundation, with another guy by the name of Alex Hamilton, and of course Gino.
He's still on MLW.
Yeah. So I always said that he would be a great guy, to feud with MJF eventually. But like I said, that's just me playing armchair booker. But that'd be a great thing to see. But I think
it'd
MJF
be a good deal for them to make with MLW to get Holiday over. Just like that'd be nice. But I think Holiday's too critical to MLW right now. I don't think MLW would let him go. But yeah, it'd be nice to see. That would be cool to see.
See, if I was Tony Khan and I found out him and Hammerstone's contracts were up, I'd be throwing money at those guys, like, because those are two guys that need more exposure. And
I agree. Hammerstone especially, like, how is he another AR Fox who just didn't want to go anywhere? Like what?
I don't know. I always call Hammerstone Thor because I'm like, he reminds me of Thor. Like,
like how hasn't he been signed by a WWE at least? Like, the guy's a freaking beast.
I first saw him in the West Coast Wrestling Connection over in Oregon, and I was like, "Yo, this guy has the look."
Yeah, like Vince. Like before he left, Vince, I would have thought Vince would have thrown money at that guy. Like, show up.
I don't know what it
is. Bump chest with Goldberg.
Over kick him in the head and paralyze him. No, man. He's another one that was good for the time he was there, but other than that, that was it. But yeah, Hammerstone is Hammerstone is definitely one that definitely should be signed. So should Richard Holiday.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the match. That's the card right now. And
sorry, love.
Like I said, heel match. Could I have a chocolate? That's what I said. But yeah. So I'm gonna go around real quick. Anybody have any predictions? Anything they want to throw may happen at the card overall? Kathy, Blue Fox, Steel Mago. Anything? Any other last thoughts y'all might have on what may happen, on how the card is, or anything at all?
Like I was saying, I this conspiracy theory nut in my head says CM Punk's not actually gone. This is all a big storyline. That's the most masterfully told storyline in all of wrestling, and everyone's been fooled. We're all fooled. The media's fooled, and he's actually coming back. But no, that would be awesome. But no, like Sasha Banks coming back, man, that'd be awesome. Not coming back, but showing up, like that'd be great. Or Mercedes Monet, and I think her name will be. Like, wow, yeah, especially because what Soraya said on Renee's podcast recently. Man, that'd be exciting. That'd be great. That'd be a huge get for AEW. Mercedes was talking in circles on Instagram about a date in November, and it's coming up. She's been training with Juventud, so like it'd be great if that date in November she was talking circles about were AEW. But yeah, it's a good card. It's big. I hope they do right. Let's watch them on WWE. Yeah, well, I mean, that's no comment to that. But yes, like it'd be a great kid. You mean, yeah, you're talking about Naomi too. Oh, it's yeah. I don't like Naomi. So yeah. Not Uzi enough. But go ahead.
Blue Fox, what say you, man?
I still think it's going to be a great card. I think most of the matches are going to be really good. I am predicting that we are probably going to get a new debut tomorrow because it seems to be the theme with a lot of the AEW pay-per-views that they can't do one without a debut or a return. I don't know who it could be. Like, again, could be Sasha Banks and all that. I've seen people online say, well, if it was, then Tony Khan would be teasing it. And I would argue he doesn't tease all the time. He didn't tease that Bryan Danielson was coming in or Ruby Soho was coming in or Swerve or William Regal. So who knows? But I do think we're going to get at least one debut probably tomorrow or a return. I'm not counting the Elite because the Elite was already told, yeah, they're coming back. But I'm predicting we're either going to get a return that's not announced or a debut.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you. It could be, Mercedes just came back on Rampage, so it could, like I was saying, it could be Thunder Rosa coming back. If it's not Mercedes, it could be Chris Statlander. It would be early for Chris Statlander, but people have come back from things fast in the past. John Cena is a great example of that. It was a superhuman recovery time. Like it could be another like hardcore Joshi that everyone would be like, "Whoa, you got her." If it was one of the Stardom girls, it's gonna be exciting to see.
I'm also predicting that also tomorrow we're probably going to find out where Revolution's going to be next year. And the current rumor right now is it's going to be the Chase Center in San Francisco.
Okay. That'll be interesting. That will be interesting. By the way, Blue Fox, I gotta say, when they came to AEW, when AEW came to your country, I was thoroughly impressed with the talent out there. You had the Boros twins, you had Jody Threat. They need to sign some of those people ASAP. And I'm not just saying that because you're Canadian and in front of me.
Yeah.
No.
Well, Jody was massively over in that match.
Yeah, people like her, they need to sign. Mm-hmm. And the Boros twins, I've known about them for a bit. I think it's Pat and Chris are their names. I've known about those guys for a bit. They definitely need to be signed as well too. They would definitely add something to the tag team, and they're twins. So I mean, you don't have no twin tag teams really. So yeah, why not? But Kathy, how about you? Anything on your end?
Just that the card's long as it usually is, and it was really hard to predict. There was a lot of I had to think about stuff and probably thought about it wrong for some of them, but that's how predictions go. It's gonna be a good card. AEW always seems to deliver on their pay-per-views, and it's a shame I won't be able to watch it in person, not in person, but live as it happens. I'll have to catch a replay or something. And Team Soraya all the way. I am excited about that, and kind of nervous at the same time too. But she's gonna kill it. I know she will. The butterflies in the ring rust are probably gonna be gone in like the first few seconds of the match.
And
She's
she's with
probably like,
safe hands.
yeah,
She's with
it's too exciting. Like she's gonna kill it. It's gonna be
yeah.
awesome.
She's with safe hands. No safer than Brit.
Yeah,
Like,
she basically handpicked Britt to come back. She always wanted to wrestle Britt, and she gets a chance to. So it's gonna be a fun pay-per-view all the way around and exciting. And like I said, it's a shame I'm gonna miss it live. I have to catch a replay.
Yeah, but hey, you at least you get to see it. Replay or live, you'll still get to see it. Just stay away from Twitter, stay away from Facebook, and
Yeah, I'll be at another show, so I'll be paying attention to that. So,
which show is that?
Wrestle Rave in Houston.
Oh, I've heard of them. Oh yeah, you mentioned them.
Yeah, a lot of our alumni are there. Aaron Mercer's gonna be there. Killer Kate, Vert Vixen, Kid Bandit, Brittany Houtland. She's gonna be commentating or announcing for that show. So yeah, a lot of our alumni are gonna be there from Ringside Society. So yeah, it's gonna be
Awesome.
my first Wrestle Rave show. Should be really good, and it's on my birthday, so
With
win
that,
win.
it's actually 12:46 over here in New York. So with that being said, it is officially your birthday. Happy birthday, Kathy. I would sing, but it's actually almost 1 o'clock in the morning over here, and I don't exactly sound like a voice to men like I used to sound back in the day. So I'll just stick to I wish you a happy birthday. Thank you very much for all that you've done for Ringside Society. A lot of stuff we would not have been able to accomplish without you, and just it's a real plus to have you as a part of our team. Even though you do cost us money with certain antics that you do, we still have to pay back Soraya for that steak dinner you messed up for her and her husband. But either way, we still got love for you, and thank you for all you've done and continue to do. And enjoy your special day, live it up, and enjoy that show over there in Houston and whatnot too. But yeah. With that being said, and you got a happy birthday from Sandra. So there
Thank
you
you. Actually, it's 11:48 here. It's not even my birthday yet, but yeah, thank you. Had a lot of people already from overseas tell me happy birthday and day early and stuff like that, and just want to say thank y'all.
So with that being said, that's actually our card for tonight. Our predictions for Full Gear. We will have polls available tomorrow. We'll try to have polls available tomorrow on Twitter, so y'all can actually give y'all's own picks on who you think's going to win and so on. And if you have even if you're watching this right now, still feel free to give your picks, in our comment section, and we greatly appreciate that as well. And one more thing, for those of you that are actually in New York, where I'm at, Jobber Tears, our good friends at Jobber Tears, the podcast, they actually have a watch party in New York City at Legends Bar, which is on West 33rd Street between 5th and 6th Avenue. If you don't want to, stay at home and watch the pay-per-view, you can always stop by there and just hang out with some fellow wrestling fans and enjoy some food and enjoy some wrestling as well too. So make sure you check it out. We'll definitely post on our Instagram, and it's a great atmosphere. So there's that. And with that being said, it's about that time for us to shut this show down. To those of y'all that tuned in, we really and truly appreciate it. We really and truly do. Blue Fox, Steel Maggle, thank you very much for taking time out of y'all's busy schedule, especially at this hour of the night, to shoot the breeze about wrestling with us. We're very grateful, as always. And with that being said, so Blue Fox, where can fans find our social media when they want to talk wrestling, and also, when they want to get an update on, when your novel about wrestling well, go ahead, I'll let you pitch it.
Pardon me, I wasn't paying attention there for a moment. What did you say?
I was gonna say, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, and also, when they want to find out more about your book that you have coming out with
You know,
You can find me at Twitter at ACPWFox98. And you can also find me on Discord at blue_fox81. Just a minute. 9821.
awesome. Awesome. So y'all make sure you follow him. He has a novel that he's working on, as a cool character, and if you like professional wrestling, he's definitely the guy. You know, definitely one of the guys you definitely want to follow and you know, shoot the breeze with about pro wrestling and so on. Heel Maggle, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling and all things, you know, Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero and all that stuff?
At is over here at Heel Maggle everywhere.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If there's a face Maggle, I'm done. Matter of fact, I'm not done. I'm gonna have both of y'all on the show just to stir up some stuff. Yeah. But yeah, make sure y'all follow Heel Maggle as well. He's not a cool guy. We'll try to have you and Sandra back on here for one of our special couples prediction shows. We've done couples before. Shout out to you know, Cam Dreesen and Jewel. We had them on here earlier this year as well. And Kathy Knight, the Money Penny to my James Bond, the Tennille to my Captain, and the Pepper Potts to my, is it Pepper Potts is the name? To my Tony Stark. I could be wrong on that last one. Where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, all things Becky Lynch and Paige, and good eating in Louisiana?
So it's blue all around because my handle is blue70517, and you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Discord.
Awesome. Y'all make sure you follow her. She does great stuff on YouTube as well too. And yeah, with that being said, if you want to follow me on social media, not that I have anything cool to say these days, but who knows? Maybe you'll hear me say something cool. You can find me on Twitter while it's still up at the Remy Blue. You can also find me on Facebook under the Yiddish Remy Blue, and also on Instagram at the Remy Blue as well. Those are my socials. Our podcast is on social media. We're on Twitch at Ringside Society 2019, Instagram and Twitter at Ringside Society. We're also on Facebook as a Facebook group. Just type in Ringside Society, you'll see us. We're also on Spotify, and we also have a Teespring store where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We have T-shirts, we have tank tops, we have hoodies for the cold weather that we have now, and also long sleeve shirts and coffee mugs for your favorite warm beverage. So make sure you check us out. Grab some merchandise. All proceeds go back into keeping our show afloat. It doesn't go back into our pockets. And last but not least, we also have a YouTube channel where we have a lot of great interviews and, you know, predictions episodes like this one. We've had many great guests. We also have our new Lariats and Legacies episode, our new Lariats and Legacies series on there. We've had the daughter of Big Boss Man on there, the daughter of Bad News Brown, and also I know we had somebody else. Oh, Slaughter daughter, Sergeant Slaughter's daughter was our guest as well too. And we're going to be having more episodes like that as well too. So make sure you check us out. All you gotta do is go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society, and once you see that sweet, good-looking dark blue and light blue yin yang sound with the blue flames around it, that's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith, 1998. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuning in tonight live. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan should listen to, and we will continue to do so. To those of y'all that are going to listen later on when you get a chance, thank you very much in advance. And those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really truly wish we'd go away, well, like myself at the Golden Corral and Kathy Knight at Cafe Du Monde on Black Friday, we're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
We ain't stopping. Rob Bass, why'd you have to pick tonight to be off? It feels weird when she says that, but I'll still take it anyways. But yes, with that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we here at Ringside Society, we're not stupid. We very well know that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. And we're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hashtag, we are not the same. Hey, yo, Kathy Knight. With that being said, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for Heel Mago in the West and Blue Fox in the North, and one time for AEW Full Gear. What type of podcast are we?
The Wrestling Fans Podcast.
With the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. We'll be back next week with another. As a matter of fact, we're going to be off Thursday, but we're going to have our Survivor Series predictions episode that next Friday. And we might have one or two special guests next week. We will be back next week, but just not on Thanksgiving. So with that being said, we just hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy it with your family. Enjoy it with your loved ones. Have some turkey. Have a lot of pumpkin pie. Eat up, and have fun responsibly, not at anybody's expense, and all that great stuff. And with that being said, we just want y'all to do 4 favors. So we just have 4 favors to ask from y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
Bye. Enjoy Full Gear tomorrow.
Bye.